Right now, the United States has made a move that could disrupt global trade, send oil prices soaring, and quietly affect how much you pay for everything. A military blockade in one of the most important waterways on Earth is now in motion. But here's what most people don't understand. This isn't just about Iran. It's about what happens next. In a dramatic escalation, the U.S. military has announced it will block all traffic entering and leaving Iranian ports through the Strait of Hormuz. This comes after failed negotiations and rising tensions over the weekend. And while a temporary 2-week ceasefire has been described as holding well, this move tells a very different story. Because a blockade like this isn't just symbolic. Fuel, transportation, food, electricity, all begin to climb. Which means this isn't just a geopolitical story. It's a story about your cost of living. But here's where things get even more dangerous. Historically, every major disruption in this region has triggered global economic shocks. Tehran has already responded, warning that it will retaliate against any military presence in the strait. And this is where the situation becomes unpredictable. Because a single miscalculation, one confrontation between vessels, could escalate into something far bigger than a blockade. We're now looking at a scenario where trade routes could freeze, insurance costs for shipping could skyrocket, and global markets could react instantly. But the tension doesn't stop there, because this conflict is spreading beyond just Iran and the US. So what happens if this spreads across the region? At the same time, tensions are rising elsewhere in the Middle East. Talks between Israeli and Lebanese officials are expected, while attacks involving Iran-backed groups continue. This creates a wider network of instability, where one conflict feeds into another. And historically, when multiple pressure points align like this, markets don't wait for certainty. They react fast. That's why investors, governments, and institutions are watching this moment very closely. Because this isn't just about today. It's about what this could trigger next. But here's the part most people ignore. Even if you're thousands of miles away, events like this have a direct impact on your daily life. Higher oil prices mean more expensive fuel, increased transportation costs, rising prices across goods and services, and for investors. Moments like this often separate those who panic from those who prepare. Because while uncertainty creates risk, it also creates opportunity, but only for those who understand what's happening early. And right now, we are still in the early stages. So while headlines focus on conflict, the bigger story is the chain reaction quietly unfolding behind the scenes. A blockade in one narrow strait could reshape global markets, shift economies, and affect millions of people worldwide. And this is only the beginning. Because in my next video, I break down everything.